the wrong.
Wouldn't you know? Welcome everyone to Conversations with Katie. Happy to have you here. Today we are talking about swag. And I don't have a formal presentation. I invited everyone who attended to bring your swag, talk about what you've used in the past, how it's been helpful, if you use it, maybe even where you get your swag, and share amongst ourselves. But before we do that, I just kind of want to take a minute to define how I am thinking of swag, just so that we're all on the same page. I'm thinking of um, tangible, hard copy things that have your logo, your brand, your colors, that leave you and get taken out into the world. And so that can be stickers, it could be coffee mugs, as we've said, but it can also be your brochures, business cards, those kinds of things. So pretty much anything that you've got your logo on. And when we're thinking about swag, um, we clearly are startups and we have limited budget. But yet we have values and we have um, marketing needs. And so we kind of have some of these competing priorities that we need to spend some money to tell our story and to get our swag. But at the same time, we have limited funds and we want to spend those funds in ethical and smart ways because we're fiduciarily responsible to our owners. And so it can be a complex conversation for some boards. And so I brought a few examples. I'll get started with mine are mostly stickers. I was saying earlier that I intended to wear a co-op sweatshirt or co-op t-shirt and have my co-op coffee mug, but I'm moving and nothing is where I thought it was. So here we are with what we have. So these are some stickers. This is the Food Shed Co-op in a Chicago suburb, and this is one of the stickers that they have. This is a farm fed co-op, which is kind of a food hub in central Illinois that's
Oh,
organized as a co-op. They send stickers out. And then this is a really old, you can kind of see it's a Green Top Grocery window cling. So we used these at Green Top way back when. And it's clear when you take this, when you pull the sticker off of here, it's transparent. And so you can put it on your car window, you can put it in a business window. We gave them to businesses who supported the co-op. And so stickers are a great option for swag because people put them on their water bottles, their laptops, their cell phone cases, what have you. So, I've seen lots of co-ops do pens and pencils, coloring sheets, tattoos, even adhesive, those wet, you would
mhm.
soak them and get them wet and put them on your hands or your face or wherever you want. So I'll just stop talking now and I'd love to hear what you guys are using, if you're using it, and how you've if it's been effective and how you've measured if it's been effective. So, Sue, I know you went to look for some. Did you find it?
I brought the wrong bag. We have a box. We had so many outreaches this spring that, wow, that box is a mess. But I guess I would start with this is our postcard that we use, and that we do, as outreach and just randomly as someone is asking us about the co-op.
And is that like at a table that if you were tabling, Sue, you'd have that at your table? Okay.
Yes. And then, I mean, any other time, if someone said, something to me about the co-op, I would give them this. We've had a couple of alternate postcards over the years. Some people said they thought people might take offense at own a grocery store. This is also, it's the same information that is on our yard signs.
Okay. Yard signs. That's
That's
another
the
great one, right? Yeah.
yeah. And just dropped this. I'm a little unorganized this morning or this afternoon. This is something that is, you see, it is Davis Co-op.
Uh-huh.
And I thought this one was particularly wonderful. I would imagine they're a little pricier. It is measuring equivalents.
Oh, I
So that
love that.
I do too. And I
Yeah.
happened to be at the Davis Co-op one day, and right on site, they were signing people up and handing these out. I did not join the co-op, but and I think most of us could find this really useful in our kitchens. I mean, do
Absolutely.
we remember, how many teaspoons or tablespoons are in a cup? I
Yeah.
um, you know, so some
Is
of them
that
I
is it like a cardstock? So, oh, it's a
mag
magnet.
mhm,
Love it. Love it.
right on your refrigerator side.
Mhm.
Um, yeah, yeah. Let me go see if I can grab the right bag because
Okay.
we had ordered some things.
And Kim, we saw your cup. Did you have any other swag that you wanted to show?
She's going to get it. We have pens. We ordered the stickers and the pens from For Imprint.
Oh, you did. Okay.
Yeah,
How did that
uh,
go?
we got them maybe 2 years ago, and I think we ordered 1,000 of each.
Okay.
And we're just about out of pens, and probably still have 100 or so stickers left. So
Okay.
they've lasted us pretty long. Um, But yeah, so that's and it's vinyl, it's not just paper, so it can take getting wet.
Yeah.
And
There we go. Yeah.
Oops.
pens are, the pens look like a carrot. That's why I ordered the orange and green.
Oh, cute. Oh, those are cool. Yes.
Wow.
Yes.
And then
And they
Kim,
were a reasonable price. I think for all of that, what did we end up paying? Like $600 for all of that, I think.
I
And it
think
was
so.
1,000 of each. So
Yeah,
Yeah. So that's 2,000 items. That's pretty good. Yeah.
yeah, yeah. I'm not sure that there's one piece of swag that works for every outreach.
Mm-hmm.
Um,
Mm-hmm.
sometimes your audience is adults, sometimes
Right.
it's kids,
Right.
and I think that that would be a nice, maybe sort of nut to crack, how to choose what we were doing. And then I shared this with you, I'm sure, the last time. And
Yes.
this has been a very remarkable, and it's way expensive, took a lot of time to get that done, but I don't think we've ever had anything as effective. Have you seen that as well, Kim?
hmm
Hmm. Yeah.
yeah, you
I
gave
mean,
me at one of our other meetings, gave me
yeah.
one.
And
Shoot, what was I just gonna say? Oh, the other thing, remember when we bought we had a tabling event at a school district health fair.
mhm.
And here in Riverside, we're pretty high Spanish speaking area. And so we got coloring sheets with different fruits and vegetables in English and
Mhm.
Spanish on them. So
Yeah.
we just ordered those off of Etsy, I think it was, and downloaded their file and then just printed off
And
what
then
we
printed
wanted.
them. Oh,
Yeah.
cool. Good idea. That's a great idea.
And so, yeah, and that's an example of, you knew that a lot of the people there would be kids, as
Hmm.
opposed like when we have an eco film fest every year, and that's largely an adult audience. So it's or maybe junior college age audience
Sure.
put on by
Sure.
them. So
Yeah.
it's that always seems, but we don't have anything that people can normally wear.
Mm.
Um, we don't have any t-shirts. We don't have any hats. We've been batting that idea around, but we haven't done anything with it.
Gotcha. Gotcha. Okay. Michael, do you guys have any wearable items, shirts or hats or
We have t-shirts. We use And we actually give it to um, new members or sometimes the volunteers to wear. Um, and they did a good job, you know, with the t-shirts. And then there's um, a little like postcard that they hand, at the tabling events. They'll hand out the postcard. They'll sell the shirts unless you become a member, but those are the only two things I've seen. Sheila has like a whole like garage full of stuff. I don't know what that consists of. Could be pens, it could be other stuff, but I do know for sure t-shirts because I do have one, and then kind of the cards that are handed out. So
Do you know where the t-shirts were ordered from?
I actually it might have been from For Imprint,
Okay. Okay.
but I'll have to
Um,
check. I'll have to
okay.
ask her.
Mhm.
There are a couple of vendors. It's been a while since I've ordered t-shirts, but I know that there are vendors who will let you set up a store. So like a web-based portal basically for your organization where people can go in and order the size, color. I mean, as a co-op, we would pick out, you know, 3 or 4 styles and whatever colors, and the individual could customize the shirt, and then the shipping, everything is directly between the person purchasing the shirt and the vendor. So it takes the co-op out as the middle person, because sometimes t-shirt ordering, clothing ordering can be quite a hassle, because you either forecast what you need, when if you're ordering, let's say 40 shirts and you order 10 small, medium, large, and extra large, well, you may need 20 of one of those sizes and 5 of the other. And then you're stuck with these shirts that aren't the right size and no one wants them. And that also requires a pretty significant investment up front from the co-op. If you're buying 40 shirts, at 10, 15, $20 a pop, and then the customization and the logo, all of that stuff, can add up. It can be a big expense. So I did find success using the vendors who will set up a storefront and allow the individual then to purchase directly. Now, and that can be shipping. Like it could be you ship it to my house, or it could be to save on shipping, all the orders are shipped to the co-op. And so the co-op gets all the 50 shirts that got bought by our members, and then you pick them up, at the next tabling event, or if the co-op has office hours or something like that. So that has been a successful way to procure t-shirts, I have found over time, but it can be cumbersome.
Mhm.
And then there's always the people who, I ordered a large, but it's too big, or the small doesn't fit, or there's never, not everyone's happy.
Well, every time I buy something, clothing online, it's that way.
Exactly. Right. Yeah.
I buy from one company and I swear I'll buy the same size every time, and one time they fit, one time they're too big, another time they're too small. It's like, come on.
Right.
They
Right.
just don't. Yeah. T-shirts might be a little simpler than pants though. So yeah, I suppose it seems to me like what we want out of some swag is for someone to get enough information to look you up online or make a phone call, which, some of the things I don't know if that would be true, with a sticker. Now this one ours does not have our website
Yeah.
on it.
Yeah. Good point.
So I don't know, how valuable they are.
Mhm.
And I don't know that we have any way of tracking those.
Yeah. Right. Right. Unless we started asking, um, how did you hear about us, or, what led you to us? But the one thing that I do think, like I'm looking at the ones I have in front of me, one of the 3 has a website on it. The other two do not have any identifying contact information. But the one thing that it does do is provides a touch point. So when we're talking about adaption, or the curve of becoming an owner, how long it takes someone to actually decide and purchase their ownership share, we got to make 7 interactions or 7 touches with them. So seeing that t-shirt, walking through the farmer's market or when I'm out and about might be enough of a touch that it prompts that person like, oh yeah, I did see that article in the paper about the co-op. I wonder what's going on with them. And then they go Google it. So I think that can be helpful, but you're right. I think I would lean towards at least a website or maybe a QR code these days, that can take them to a page with more info might be sufficient.
It's not so cute on your water bottle.
No, QR code isn't so cute, but they can make them cuter. They can design them like in the shape of an apple, or they can make them a little more attractive.
We do get good response from our yard signs.
Yes,
I
yes.
We'll have someone saying, "Oh, I've been seeing those signs around."
Yeah, let's talk about those. Yeah.
So we actually have one advantage because we still do a monthly produce box to subscribers. We have that meeting time. It's very regularly, typically the 4th Sunday of the month at all morning. So it does give them an opportunity to talk to us. Of course, if you have to be a member to get the box, so already joined, but they do,
right.
Sometimes someone will tell me, oh yeah, I saw this on the website, or I saw this here or there.
Yeah. Yeah. How do you distribute your yard signs?
When people ask.
Okay. So it's just when they ask.
Is there a better way?
Well, that's a good question. I have seen co-ops have a request a request form on their website, like, hey, I want a yard sign. And then you have a volunteer that's their job. The notification comes to them, the yard signs are at their house. The form says the location and the person just puts it in the yard. So it's a pretty low effort volunteer role. And
we have someone very recently, she has volunteered to work on our social media, and particularly social media. So that might be a good thing to ask her.
Absolutely.
To do.
Yeah. Yeah. I've also seen co-ops that charge for their yard signs. Do you charge for yours?
We do not.
Okay. I've seen them. Sometimes it's donation based, like the signs cost us $10 a piece. If you'd like to cover the cost, you can pay for them. But then, of course you have folks who that might be a hurdle for. And so it's a co-op by co-op decision.
Yeah. And I think it's always
we usually take a stack of them to our annual meeting and offer them up again as well. So
yeah, it's funny. I will sometimes have someone say, "Oh, the sticks that hold it up, what you call that? It broke," and it's interesting. It's I actually had my sign break in half. It's been there a couple of years, maybe 5 years. So I don't know. Maybe that's not unreasonable, but yeah.
Also seen co-ops promote them in their newsletter, like, hey, reminder, we have yard signs. It also might be a good thing to make new members aware of. They might not even know that yard signs exist. So, maybe in the welcome email that we send them, like, hey, reminder, we have a yard sign and here's a form to request it, or here's the link to request it.
And we have a message that goes out. I will do that. It's pretty simple to add information.
Cool.
I never thought of putting it in there. Yeah, no, that's a real good idea.
Michael, what are you thinking? What questions or thoughts do you have?
No, I think these are great ideas. I mean, the only thing I thought of, and you probably do it, are maybe refrigerator magnets where they always have your information in front of them.
Mhm.
Yep.
But you're right, you probably need to have your website on there, when you do
Mhm.
that. So
Mm-hmm.
I
Yeah, I'm
always think, with giveaways is always trying to make it, you want it, you're promoting the co-op, but also to make it semi useful, where they can actually use it and then kind of see your name, like, oh, this is
Right.
pretty good. Pens are
Uh-huh.
always good, but
Yeah.
there's probably other things. I know this one promo offer, where these it was um, the blanket that folds into a pillow. Probably seen
Oh,
those.
yeah. Yeah.
And that, keep in the car, we use it, to sit
Mm-hmm.
down when we're on the grass or wherever. And that actually, I used it until the name of the sponsor faded. So I'm like, oh, it'd be nice if, they handed this out again. So, but that
Yeah.
actually was you know, kind of an example of maybe something that's kind of useful and kind of gives you the exposure. It's not always
Yeah.
easy to find
Right?
to find stuff. Yeah.
Such a
Especially
great point.
if you're trying to save money. I work with another group and we do a big conference, and the swag they were putting together to give to people were gardening gloves that were, a few weeks and they were pretty much trash, or these little gardening tools that don't, they're not sturdy enough. So, I think there's a kind of a fine line to walk
Right.
between. I mean, those are useful. I
Yeah.
I don't know if I have one right here. There is, that's real simple to grab.
And there's nothing
But
like getting the free screwdriver that snaps in half the first use. You're like, okay.
right, like,
Yeah.
okay, thanks a lot.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Yeah, but that your blanket brings up a good point, Michael. Like to think about what the coolest piece of swag you've gotten is. Like when you've gotten something that you've really used and you have found value in, what has that been?
Hmm.
Definitely that blanket. I'll have to think if there's anything else.
I would say the blanket too, but it sounds a little expensive. But I was given this last year, market matches where you have double SNAP benefits at your farmer's market. We call it market match in California. I don't know if you have it, but I don't know what you call it. And it just had this. And when I went to their conference, they had these on the chairs.
Notebooks?
Uh-huh. It's just a
Hmm.
staple little notebook. And if you check carefully, every once in a while, they will be on sale for about 30 cents a piece. And then, of course, you have to buy the sticker.
Put your sticker on. Yeah. Yeah, that's a good one.
And then I bought these stickers and the notebooks and did these for that same conference, the Grow conference. And they
Perfect.
really are, they fit really nicely in your purse or
Hmm.
maybe even your pocket. And I always need something to take notes on.
Absolutely. Yeah.
So I liked these a lot. We have not done them for the co-op, but we certainly could.
Yeah.
And this sticker does not. Some of the sticker places are hard because they don't allow you to put a lot of information on. And this was one of those. It was the
Yeah.
logo, essentially.
Yeah.
Um, so I don't know. I think those would be a very useful thing.
Yeah.
And as long as it's in your purse, you could be reminded.
Absolutely. Yeah. Yeah. Kim, how about you? Can you think of the most impactful thing you've gotten? I know I have one right here, so I'm gonna get up. I can still hear you, but keep talking.
Well, this was many, many years ago, but I got a Swiss Army knife, but that was a whole other story in terms of where, swag and where it came from, but that was pretty handy. But probably I would say I like bags. I really do, because then I can take them with me places and I can just leave them. I don't have to remember to bring them home because I've got a stack of them. But
Yes. Yes.
I
Right.
think
Right.
for us here in California, a beach towel would be good.
Ooh, yes.
I don't know. I'm just gonna jump in here. When I ordered the stickers and pens from Fort Imprint, you then get an opportunity after you've created your account and all, and they have your artwork and all that other stuff. And they will send you every month. They call it their blue box. They send me every month a box of samples. I have hats and water bottles and pens and notebooks and sun visors and sunglasses. They'll send you like 4 things every month for free, just to see if it's something you want.
Oh,
Yeah.
So
that's kind of cool. I did not know that.
I mean, I give it all away, but
Yeah.
at least
Yeah.
it lets you see, and you can
see what they have.
call them up and say, I would like a sample of this particular hat,
Mhm.
and they'll send it to you for nothing.
Awesome.
So
That's very cool. Very cool.
I've been impressed with them. Like I said, I only used them the one time, but I've been impressed with their continuing customer service. So
Good. That's great. That's great. A couple of things that I have used that I didn't even think of is this up and coming bag that I got at some up and coming in the past, and it folds up into itself, but it's a
Right.
big,
Yeah.
it's a big bag, but it all, folds down. So I can keep this like attached to my purse or in the glove box pretty easily. So I don't have to always have a big bag around. And then somewhere along the line, I got this like jar opener. And it says Bubbies on it. I
Yeah.
think this is
Yeah.
sauerkraut, like fermented foods. And I love jar openers. It seemed like I could never have enough
Mhm.
of them. So that might be a really good one too.
That
And
would be-
then
yeah.
the other thing I've gotten at a conference that I have used repeatedly, I don't know if I haven't used it recently, and I don't know if people still use these things or not, is a USB, like a a USB drive that you plug into your computer that had a logo on it. And I was like, oh yeah, I use that a lot.
You're right. I don't see those very often anymore.
Yeah. I guess now we have things in the cloud so much, it's not so necessary. But
If I'm speaking at a conference, often I will have one because
Mhm.
that's
Yes.
what's promoted, the slideshow or some such. But
Yeah.
otherwise I don't see them so often.
Right.
Yeah,
Right.
those
Yeah.
are some good ideas. I was kind of wondering if there would be something else along this line. I mean, these are measurements, but couldn't put much of a recipe on there.
No, but what about like substitutions? Like if you
Yeah.
don't have buttermilk, what could
Yeah.
you, like I wonder if there's a simple list of
Mhm.
kitchen ingredient substitutions that might be cool.
Yeah, that would be a good idea. I don't know what this runs. It's a heavy duty magnet.
Yeah, I wonder. Hmm.
I think I would like to price those. But yeah, the substitutions.
Another
ahead.
one, and I keep it in my purse. It came in my blue box from Fort Imprint. Is a foldable fan.
Oh,
It's about this big, and then it
Mhm.
opens up, and so it's about this big. When it's
Maybe.
hot and humid,
Yeah.
and then it just folds right back up, like the round windshield shades
Yeah,
fold up.
yeah. Mhm.
Fold in
That's
on themselves.
That's the
Mhm.
mechanism. Cool.
Yep.
And
I
certainly
use that.
we have plenty of use for trying to stay cool, don't we?
Yeah. Yeah. Hey, another thing I just remembered that Green Top did way back when was recipe cards. So
Mhm.
in produce season, in peak produce season, like when tomatoes are really hot, have a tomato recipe with our logo on it. And then you can even take the recipe card to the farmers who are selling the tomatoes and
Mhm.
leave it, if they're supportive and agreeable, they could have that at their checkout area where people can pick up uh, a recipe to take home with them too. Those have been
Like
successful.
that.
Yeah. Yeah, we used to, with our crop boxes, we used to do a recipe booklet, but it finally got to be too much work. I mean,
Yeah.
it's
Yeah.
just, and it was, then you can't copy recipes, original, where did you get it? There's that
Mhm.
little bit of that. So,
Sure. Sure. Yeah.
yeah, but a lot of people will ask us, particularly in our crop boxes when we have something unusual. We've been,
Mhm.
and not so long ago, we had radishes, maybe last year, and someone said, "Well, I don't really like radishes." And then I said, "Gee, I just saw a recipe for roasted radishes." And they take all that,
Delicious.
yeah,
Yeah.
take all the bitterness out. So,
Mhm.
there are definitely some new tricks we can all learn about cooking.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
that could be very fun. Yeah. And that's not so much, it's more of a method than, 2 teaspoons of this or,
Sure. Sure. Right. Right. Yep. Yeah. Like ways to use tomatoes or a list of, what to do with tomatoes or radishes or whatever. Yeah. Hmm.
And I think, I mean, I've done quite a bit of work with food waste. And when we were doing these cooking classes, there were things that we all learned. And one of my friends, she's a registered dietitian, did um, nutrition uh, person. That's her job. And she didn't know that the stalks of broccoli were edible,
Wow.
and that could, you know,
Yeah.
um, use them in the same way. She'd always been, cutting those off. And I would
Sure.
imagine there are thousands of people who don't know those little things that you may know, you've learned over the years, but they haven't.
Right. Yeah.
It could be kind of fun,
Yeah.
come up with those. And it could even be a trivia game kind of thing at an outreach, I think, too.
Yes.
So
Yeah.
that would
Yeah.
be fun to put together,
Yeah.
assuming
There could be something to that.
we have so much time to do that stuff.
Right. If only we had all the time in the world.
Yeah. But yeah, some of those, well, we'll have to get together, Kim, and look at some of this stuff.
Hmm.
And yeah, yeah. Some of the things are just so expensive.
Yeah. Right. Right. They are. And that's why we kind of have to find this balance of what's effective, what we can afford, uh, what's going to last, as we've talked about, what's high enough quality that it's worth the investment, but doesn't cost us an arm and a leg. And then the utilization of it too, I think is part of the puzzle. Michael, I think it's pretty cool that new owners get a t-shirt. That's a nice investment that the co-op is making for new owners. But at the same time, that's walking billboards, walking around your community with your logo on. So it's a good practice, I think. But I don't know that many co-ops adopt that practice. And so thinking about, not only what materials we're using, but then how we're going to use it, who gets these things um, and how they're distributed is,
Mhm.
is quite an undertaking. It takes effort and planning.
Well, Trader Joe's seems to have mastered the bag giveaway, the little tote bags.
Hmm.
Last time they gave them away, gee, they're so little. What would you do with that dinky little thing? They were like a little kid tote bag. But, people are standing in line for the damn things, so maybe we could come up with something that was that cool.
Yeah, right? Why can't we? That's a great idea. Yeah. We want people
I
standing
what
in
the
line
line
for
was
our
for.
swag.
Pass by Trader Joe's and I see the line start in the morning. I'm like, what's the deal? Must be the bags.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Hmm.
Is that what happens? There's not a Trader Joe's near me. I've shopped at one, but I don't shop regularly.
On Mother's Day, the day before Mother's Day, the Saturday before, I was driving through the center where the ours is, and there were so many people lined up. And that was when, our president was dropping bombs, and we're going, "Oh my God, did he drop a nuclear weapon?" Is that
Okay.
why there were 10,000 people out there in front of that store? Took me a moment to calm down and realize, no, there was no nuclear war.
Goodness.
And I laughed at myself for having that reaction, but
It's a reasonable reaction these days. You never know what's gonna happen.
they were spread out to the surrounding stores too in this long line. They wanted flowers from Mother's Day.
Oh, they were waiting for flowers. Okay, gotcha. Gotcha.
Or before the store opened, which I mean, that really, it just didn't dawn on me.
Yeah.
So yeah, well, I think we got some good ideas. Maybe
Yeah,
we
absolutely. Absolutely. I appreciate you guys showing up and sharing. And we can talk about other topics too. If you have other questions you want to hit on, I'm happy to stay on and answer questions or brainstorm with y'all. But we can also call it quits a little early too. So it's up to you guys.
Well, we're getting ready to move ahead. We have our annual meeting coming up. It's exactly 1 month from today. And I was kind of thinking, Kim had a good idea that she sent out this morning, that each of our board members should publicly make their donation. This is the kickoff of the campaign. Look, I'm giving.
Mhm.
I'm giving.
It's not a
Knit-
donation. It's not a donation. We're purchasing investor shares.
So would it be nice to have something to give those investors at that meeting?
A good question. Yeah.
Piece of fruit. I don't know. What?
That's a good question. And that is a unique aspect of swag that I hadn't even considered, which is funny since I think about raising money all the time. Um, but I think you want to be, if you're going to do that, you want to be specific and consistent. So
Mhm.
if you're going to give them a piece of fruit or whatever it is, a bag or a hat or whatever, are you going to give it to everyone? Or are you going to be specific and say, hey, we're going to give it to the first 10 people who invest tonight, and we have 10 pieces of fruit and those people get the fruit. So you just want to think through the parameters of it. And also, in my experience, in terms of fundraising, co-ops have shied away from incentivizing investments with things, just because we're trying to raise money. So if the thing costs money, that's less money that we've raised.
Yeah.
And so it kind of seems, usually the co-op decides, hey, that kind of defeats the purpose of what we're doing here. But certainly I don't think it's out of the realm of possibility. And I think there's probably a way to do it successfully. But that's a great question. Great point.
Yeah, I don't know. It had just crossed my mind that it would be, maybe something fun, but I can understand that point too.
But from a fundraising perspective, that's excellent practice, Kim. That's an excellent idea to have your board members stand up and publicly say, hey, I'm going to support this. I'm going to invest. That snowball effect, really, that kind of positive peer pressure really does work. And that's a good idea. So do you have your investment paperwork ready and done?
I think that Clara was working on a spreadsheet. I'm going to have to check with her, although she's out of town coming up. I don't know if she's leaving tomorrow, Saturday. I'll have to check with her. I was thinking maybe like when you vote and you get a sticker that says I
Mhm.
voted, would that
Oh,
be
yeah. Yes. I invested.
I invested? It wouldn't be I
Mhm.
gave.
Yeah. You also could do Facebook profiles. So you could give someone, you could have you could change your profile picture to a picture that says I support the co-op or I invested in the co-op, whatever it is you want it to say. And then on social media, they're getting that traction as well.
Hmm. Okay, yeah, that's a good idea
And
too.
then and I take their picture collectively, like all the board members who gave, and I take their picture individually, and then I'd use those in social media posts as well, because that'll be effective for the people who aren't at the meeting. So you kind of get that snowball effect, that positive peer pressure outside of the meeting.
All right, we need a photo release.
Yes, yes, you do.
Yeah,
Got it.
okay.
Say it out loud so I perhaps remember.
Okay, so the photo of the board members who invest, and it would be, I have a friend who I could call. She does a lot of, whenever she's at an event, she has this frame that she puts around you and takes your picture. Drives me crazy. I don't like to have my picture taken that much. But maybe we could do something like that.
Absolutely. Yep.
And then it's already in a frame. Yeah, she just has the best time running around these events, holding this up and, taking pictures. Okay. Yeah, we'll have to work out the details of those, but yeah, and then I'm also saying we need a photo release. We can.
And when will your capital campaign start?
I think technically the kickoff will be the annual meeting.
It will be. Okay.
Yeah, we need to get moving. We're in a different position because we have earned quite a bit of money with our crop boxes. So we're starting our capital campaign with something like 150,000 in the bank.
That's awesome.
And so I don't, if we were starting at almost zero, I think I just would feel like it wouldn't be possible.
Yeah. And how much do you have to raise?
That we don't know. We've
Okay.
been looking at the smaller sizes, and our pro forma is the one that Don Moffett did. And it's based on a different vision.
Large format.
So we
Yeah.
haven't done that. We should get that done. Yeah. We do have 2 new board members who are pretty engaged and want to be a part of things, which is a big improvement.
Very exciting. Yeah.
We had about 5 people. And then I think I had told you, Katie, that with our funding, we funded the startup of a food hub. Scott is running, and that at the end of June, we will be officially 2 separate organizations. He and I will work on the liability insurances for the 2. And he's going to buy the van that we check. That's another $11,000 that we will have. So
in the coffers.
Yeah. It's a lot of things are going on, but it's just, and part of it too is the difficulty of finding a site, which of course we had a building we liked a lot and we didn't yet have the money, and someone scooped it up real quick.
Oh, shoot. Yeah.
So I don't know, how well that will work, but we'll get it started.
Okay.
I wish there was a newer pro forma form so that it would more directly reflect what it is we want to do.
Yeah. Have you have you talked with the FCI? I know they're working on a smaller scale pro forma.
I have not.
Okay, might be worth asking them, and also the Argus Farm Stop folks.
And boy, the board just said when I showed that, it was just like, no, no, no. Okay, I won't talk about it anymore.
Well, they have a pro forma.
Yeah.
That is geared toward, it's geared toward a 2 to 4,000 square foot store, smaller
Mm.
scale. So, you might be able to use the pro forma and not call it a farm stop and be as effective, you might be able to work around that a little bit and use some of the tools they have there without, being an actual farm stop.
That was what, everyone just objected to. So,
What was the objection other than no? Was there a specific reason? Just curious.
I don't specifically remember it. Kim, do you,
For-
Kim?
For what again?
The farm stop that was this kind of large indoor farmers market.
Oh, yeah. Because I think we were like, who's going to be who's going to be in charge if we have to get other organizations involved, and was kind of, are there other farm stands, coming in like an indoor swap meet? I think we just weren't real sure on how it would work.
Well, I
Yeah.
did share the video, and it just the reaction was so immediate from a couple of our board members that I just said, okay.
Sure.
We are a little bit different community. Riverside actually has a farm community, and we have one particular street that we call our green belt, that there now are 12 farms that maybe there might be 10 that actually have a produce stand on.
That's cool.
So it's not, as difficult.
Yeah.
Years ago, it was very difficult. When I first started working here, there was one place to buy fresh produce, that was a farm stand kind of thing. And when that man left town, that was it. But we have plenty of grocery stores. So, I don't see our store as only being produce. I definitely see it, with a lot of other things in it.
Sure. Yeah. And the farm stop model does have, it's a grocery store that's just supplied by local producers. So, it doesn't preclude it, but I absolutely understand it's not the right fit for everybody. And it's not, there's no sense in, beating a dead horse.
Yeah, it just, the reaction was just so kind of, no. Okay. So
Okay.
your
Now we
frame,
know.
Jim, I just got a message from you that said you have a frame.
Yeah, I sent you a picture of it, of the one I've made for other things.
I
Just
didn't-
talking about holding up a frame around someone.
I saw the message, but I didn't see the frame. Yeah, that's exactly what Diana does. Yeah, she runs around with, she's involved in a lot of things, and
Did you make that for the co-op or for something else?
I made it for my PEO chapter. Philanthropic Educational Organization. It's a women's group.
So cute.
Yeah, very pretty.
Something could be totally done like that for the co-op, for sure. Yeah.
Mhm.
Yeah.
I'll go find some plastic vegetables and see what I
Oh,
can
good
put together.
idea. Good idea. Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't know if I'll have to look for a frame. I'll put that out there to. All right.
Yeah. You want what once was a picture frame? Is that okay?
That's
Yeah.
what that was.
Okay. Yeah. Yeah, and I will ask Diana too. If I asked her if she would come and do it. She's a co-op member. Yes.
Oh, that'd be awesome.
I'm around people with my
She's already a professional at this. Yes.
It's funny. Yeah, she's recently retired, so she's just out there having fun.
That's
But
awesome.
yeah, she's been doing that for years. Okay,
Awesome.
yeah, that sounds really fun.
Awesome. Well, any other questions or topics you want to touch on?
No, not me. Yeah.
Kim, you got anything?
No, I've got frames in my head now, so
The wheels are turning. That's good.
Yeah.
That's good. Michael, how about you? Any last minute questions or other things you want to talk about?
No, have heard some great ideas, so.
There's a couple of our board members that have moved to Long Beach now, so I don't know if they'll join you because they're,
We'll have to track them down.
Yeah,
Yeah.
for sure, right?
yeah, another one named Diana, a different Diana. Yeah. Okay, well, thanks. This was pretty productive. Yeah.
Awesome.
Mhm.
Awesome. Well, it's good to see you all. Thanks for joining.
yes. Thank
Bye.
you.
See you. See you next time.
Michael. Bye-bye.